Ladies and gentlemen, denizens of the internet, I'm Adam Even.
And I am PJ Adder.
More Lucha Underground. Whoop whoop. More. Lucha Underground. Ooh ooh. Honor, glory, and violence. Honor, glory, and violence. Honor, glory, and violence. We're watching more Lucha Underground.
It's gonna be episode 4.
Episode 4. And
what was it called?
It's called The Thrill of the Hunt.
Yes.
And we all know. I wish that they would mention who this is about, because it is a WWE guy.
Yes.
It's 100% a WWE guy. Still's a WWE guy, even with all of the exiles from the WWE universe.
Yeah.
Happening.
He's still there.
He is still there. And
he's still playing his part.
They're using him only slightly better than Prince Puma. Anyway,
at least he's in a storyline.
So on the last episode of Lucha Underground, God, I'm not taking the notes. We had so much going on. We have Johnny Mundo essentially demanding a fight with Big Rick at the promise of violence towards Dario Cueto upon him beating the ass of Big Rick. Later in that episode, we find out that he's essentially a contract killer for Dario Cueto, and he's like, "Yo, I don't care how much money it takes. I want Mundo out of Lucha Underground, out of the temple, and into a hospital bed.
If you need more than the money I'm providing you, tell me how much you need. I'll write you a check."
Yeah, so the bottomless funds of Dario Cueto, keeping more than just Johnny Mundo at bay. We have a lot of moments with Chavo. This was a very Chavo Guerrero centric episode.
It was.
A lot of warnings. Obviously, the people that helped the other luchadors across the border are not going to take they did not take kindly to what he did to Blue Demon, and they're not going to take kindly to what he did to Masquerade Sagrada. Now
he just keeps getting worse.
Actually, it went from deep shit to Mariana Trench shit when Mil Muertes, in the flicker of a light bulb, appeared pissed off at Chavo. And then the lights flicker again, and we have Katrina turning up and
with a kiss of death.
Pretty much marked Chavo for some future date because he took something that didn't belong to him, and that was the head of Blue Demon Jr. This all culminated in not only a absolute decimation. This was Mil Muertes coming into the arena and absolutely destroyed this poor jobber man. Punched his soul out of his body. But also,
his name was Ricky Mandel.
His name was Ricky Mandel. The freaking grave plot, formerly known as Ricky Mandel.
When Mil Muertes punched the soul, as you said.
Oh yeah, no. His soul is currently visiting with his late great grandmother up in heaven. Because whether he was destined to go to heaven or not, Mil Muertes punched his soul that high.
Yeah.
So this culminated in a main event that was absolutely amazing. The 3 charges of a man I can never remember the name of. Conan. Sorry, there's a lot.
I just need to write it down for
There's
you.
a lot of C names.
I just need to write it down on a sticky note and put it right there.
Right on the microphone, yeah. Conan's 3 charges that were cartelled across the border. Were all put in a match by Cueto. And it was a very, very solid match.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect high-flying action. With Phoenix, my personal favorite, getting the W.
Yeah, against Drago and Pentagon Jr.
Indeed. I believe the Lucha Brothers, they were at this last WrestleCade, weren't they?
I think so.
They were...
It was either the last one or the one before. I can't remember.
I can't remember. One thing I can remember about it is it was we didn't even get to see the wrestlers because there was a wall of bodies in front of them.
Yeah.
Between the years of Lucha Underground and the modern day, they really did make a name for themselves.
Oh, definitely.
They're known on and off the indies.
All over the world.
All over the world. Sea to shining sea. Up, down, left, right, east, west, over, down, under.
Just not
everybody knows the
under.
Lucha Brothers. There you go. Slap that on a t-shirt. And that leads us all to this episode, where the only thing we really know about what's going on is Chavo's being hunted in and out of Lucha Underground.
Yeah, and we know the main event.
And the main event is supposed to be John Morrison, Johnny Mundo.
Versus Big Rick.
Lucha! 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 Okay, so we decided to take up some dinner and sit and watch a little bit more than we normally do. Fortunately, very simple show. One whole match we can roll out. And it was Evil East versus Bitch. And realistically, you're going to see a lot of cut content from this podcast purely because Bitch is one of the people that are a part of it.
Well, it started off with her doing a promo on Chavo.
Yeah, Bitch was talking about Chavo Guerrero, talking about how he's nasty, mean, and evil, and totally not looking into a mirror that sees your near future. Then Evil East came out and said, "Oh, she's the baddest bee in the WWE. I mean Lucha Underground." Totally not having because this is 2014, so this is around the women's revolution.
It was still the Divas.
We are a year away from the.
It was close to it, but not quite.
Yeah. So anyway, they wanted to have their own little. Ooh la la, I know a guy who writes for WWE, let's skim some of their story bullshit on Lucha Underground. Good fight. Bitch won. Enough
With a
said.
roll-up.
With a roll-up, like she's schoolboyed. Anyway, that dog won.
And there was, it went straight to the backstage with Drago and Cueto.
Yep.
Cueto
What
was
happened?
basically
What happened
saying,
during it?
Basically, Cueto was saying that, I thought you were supposed to be the greatest, but you didn't win or lose last week, so I'm gonna give you another chance. Basically, that's it. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, I don't know. You felt really strong and you took charge, and I was just waiting for you to finish the story.
I finished it.
Cueto essentially told him that someone's dangerous is coming to fight him tonight or next week.
I think it's next week.
They kept it up in the air. What can I say? Because the next match took up so much time that all they have time for is the main event. The next match was Pentagon versus Phoenix in...
Well, it started off with Pentagon in the ring with the
Oh,
mic.
yeah, Pentagon talking about how he's not respected anywhere.
He thanked Cueto for,
Giving him the respect he's been...
deserving
for a long time. And Phoenix coming out and doing his... I'm a face... I'm a face. I'm a face dance. Look at me dressed in white. They had a clinic.
Oh, yeah.
If it weren't for Morrison showing up and spinning his dick and saying, "Give me a match, Cueto," this could have been the main event of this episode. But instead, we're going to have Big Rick versus Morrison as what I'm assuming is the next thing that we...
It seems like it would be the natural progression.
But yeah, it's a very, very simple episode. Not much to talk about. It's good. If it just were not for Bitch being a part of this promotion, this would be a very good card.
And then Phoenix won with the Spanish Fly.
Spanish Fly. Very good. Very good. He kept resurrecting. That's his gimmick, is that he can take a hard move and then essentially resurrect from it. And be stronger after each of these powerful moves. He hits that Kaioken from motherfucking Dragon Ball. He gets stronger based on damage or whatever.
It's kind of like when the Hulkster hulks up.
if you have to compare the best thing ever Phoenix to Hulk Hogan, then yeah.
It's an example.
It's a racist example.
Well.
Anyway, next match. We had a package introducing a new wrestler, a new luchador, seeming like he's almost like a huntsman type.
Yeah.
I don't even think it said its name. Did they do a splash for it?
They did. King Cuerno debuts tonight.
And it was actually King Cuerno debuts in another 5 seconds because we had Drago come to the ring. He was already
in the ring when it
He was
came
already
back.
in the ring. And freaking wicked silver and gold scale gear.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
It was amazing. And then coming down looking like a John Deere commercial, we had...
yeah, he had a full-on deer head attached to his head.
Yeah, he had like a headdress. Came to the ring.
And a cape.
And he unquipped it and all that stuff. And fight. And it was real, like, brutal, calculated moves. Almost like an archer, almost like an archer shooting arrows, a hunter hunting a prey, and slithery moves from Drago, all culminating in all that all I can do is to describe it is this finish was a snake death wrapping somebody
in a pin.
1, 2, 3 with Drago winning.
One cool thing that Cuerno did was he shrugged off a Hurricane Rana. You don't see that very often.
I don't think I did. This is worth watching because he essentially, King Cuerno shrugged off a Hurricane Rana. You want to answer that? Want to call them back and tell them there's a podcast? And
there's nothing to answer. It's just notifications.
We're getting to. We want to text somebody, say, hey, you can come on the show. King Cuerno shrugged off a Hurricane Rana. If you ever want to see somebody not reverse, I mean shrug off like it wasn't even a move was performed.
Yeah, he didn't even show anything.
Then this is the place to see it. It was wicked. Backstage locker room segment. We have Prince Puma working out and C Money. I don't remember his name.
How do you never remember his name?
Claudio Castagnoli.
Conan.
Cisco.
Conan.
Kaziz. Azari.
And
Conan O'Brien.
Sure.
That might be the mnemonic device that I need to remember Conan. Anyway, Conan came back to the locker room and found Prince Puma working out. And he said, hey, so the fight with Mundo's about to start. I don't give a crap what's going on. You don't go out and help him. Cisco, Cortez, the whole locker room, I don't want to see you showing up to help him in any way.
Yeah, he tells him to just stay out of it.
Obviously, Prince Puma has a very good moral compass, and he knows that they're not going to play fair. The reason he's training is because he's trying to warm himself up for this match. That Conan's like, hey boy, don't freaking do anything with it. Anyway, that's the next match, which would be Big Rick versus John Morrison.
Which is going to be the main event.
This is a very quick episode, although we're only 15 minutes deep.
Well, it started off with her.
This is obviously 15 minutes deep in a Raw recording.
Yeah.
We're going to cut it down to be shorter. This is not going to be a long episode at all.
No. There wasn't quite as much
backstage
stuff this time. And there was also not... I mean, it was just... I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, she lost her train of thought. Anyway, let's save this for the retrospective at the end of the episode, shall we? That was the main event.
Yeah.
It wasn't super actiony. You could have honestly swapped this Morrison and Big Rick match with the Lucha Brothers match, or with I honestly think that the Drago and King Cuerno match could have actually been the main event this time.
Yeah. Well, it starts off with Big Rick in the ring with the cigar in his mouth.
Of course, because he's he's not a queef at all.
He basically manhandles Morrison the entire time.
Yeah, he manhandles Morrison. We had a very interesting moment during the beatdown. Morrison got the upper hand and was about to hit End of the World. It looked like. But during the beatdown, we had a backstage cutaway where Cisco and Cortez were beating the shit out of Puma in the back.
Yeah, to make sure he did come out and help.
It didn't look like he was going to come out and help at all. But
it looked like he was actually doing what Conan told him to.
Yeah, but he was behaving. He was doing his job, what he was told to do. But those two, Cisco and Cortez, knocked him out.
Yep.
And then ran out into the arena right as Mundo was going up, and they grabbed him by the feet, which allowed Big Rick to just finish him.
Yeah. Ended in DQ.
Ended in a DQ, of course. That DQ happened the second. I can't remember which one it is. But one of them put a kick across his head, which caused the DQ. Caused him to go down. They got a table, set it up, and Big Rick hit his finisher through the table.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that was the end of the night. I was like, we went further into the splashes of the recording just to see if they were going to do any surprise, Avengers Endgame end credits thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
It's mostly the setup.
They got a cool logo though.
Yeah.
RIP. Rodriguez International Productions.
There you go, that one. Sponsor us. Give us money. We'll sell your stickers at conventions. It's kind of a meh ending to an otherwise decent episode.
Yeah.
It was bookended by 2 crappy matches. But the stuff that they put in the middle was darn good.
Yeah.
Was darn good. If you started the card with the Lucha Brothers match and ended the card with the King Cuerno and Drago match, it would have been an amazing card.
Yeah.
But, they can't all... They've been all fire so far. They can't all be fire.
No. Otherwise, they would have still been around.
I can't do my typical what if. What's gonna happen between Cuerno and Drago? Will Morrison ever get his revenge? What of Prince Puma? Is he taken out like Morrison?
Or is he gonna help Morrison next time?
Who knows? Conan's probably not gonna be happy about it.
He's probably not gonna be happy that his boy was beat down.
Yeah, he's gonna be... As a matter of fact, he's exactly going to be pissed off that he let himself get down like that. Alright, that's the end of the episode. It seems a bit out of style.
Kind of a short one.
Touch for us. God, it's only 20 minutes. Hey, you like our content. Did you know that there is a button you can push to let us know? Leave a like. And hey, while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed, Elle will drop that subscribe button and join the wrestling cult. And you have friends. I know you do. I see you hang out with them regularly. And I bet you they're interested in your interests. And just on the off chance that they're not, you can annoy them by clicking the send button and absolutely spamming their inbox with this video.
Until they look at it.
Yeah. I'm a wrestling fan. Look at me. And that's what you use. You use the share button for that. Send it to 3 of your friends. Tell them to send them to 3 of their friends. And all of a sudden, we're working with a lot of people. That's 9 people, baby.
Yes.
And it's exponential like that. If you guys keep sharing, we'll get around. And hopefully become popular enough to warrant a check mark on YouTube. That'd be cool.
Goals.
Honestly, I gotta rep something that is not a part of Lucha Underground. It's not a part of anything in particular. I was scrolling through the TikTok one day, as you do, and I came across a clip it was Joe Hendry saying that his theme song is actually eligible to be put on the charts. And if it's eligible to be put on the charts, that means that is a wrestling theme that is eligible to be put on the radio. When was the last time this ever happened?
I don't know. Was it Elias?
Oh, probably. So all you gotta do is go to IBelieveInJoeHendry.com or JoeHendry.com. I can't remember what it is. You'll find it if you are a fan of Joe Hendry or you're not a fan of Joe Hendry. If you have...
It's the catchiest song.
If you have friends that just like to see the world burn, tell them to bookmark this song on Spotify and purchase it on whatever platform you want to purchase it on. A little bit of money goes a long way to have the best what the fuck moment in the United States. in the
Make
world.
him number one.
He has the opportunity. I Believe in Joe Hendry has the opportunity to become a number one hit single in the United States.
And you just gotta say his name and he'll appear. Say
his name and he will probably get a spot on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe in Joe Hendry. All right. Good night, everybody.